Hi, I'm Kitt and welcome back to another video. This is Mommy Apondi. Woo, 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 woo. Somebody in the comments of the last video with you said, I really love Aposh. I wept.
Aposh.
I wept. You guys have even given my mother a nickname.
Not Aposh.
What can they call you? Apondi Nyamama?
I'm just Apondi Nyamama.
You're just Apondi Nyamama?
Yeah.
Please, and let it be like that.
Yeah, just the full Apondi. The full Apondi. I'm a big girl, you know.
I know.
Yeah.
A very big girl, in fact.
Yes.
Yeah, what are we doing for your birthday? 61.
61? We need to go somewhere. I keep on saying that for me, my thing is going.
Going somewhere. That would be fun. That would be such a fun day.
Yes, it will.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. So anyway, so today we talk about weddings and the cost that comes with weddings. We were discussing, and anyway, we'll get into it. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share with your people, and comment down below what you think about what we are saying. And I hope you enjoy. Let's get into it. I went to a wedding ceremony. So it's a traditional wedding ceremony, and this is where the family of the groom come to the family of the bride's home. They bring dowry, they exchange the dowry, and then
it must happen. Okay.
And then they eat a meal. And mommy was like, oh wow, so and so is getting married. And I said, yes, they got married. But what I really found fascinating was the pastor who was there, because there was a time for the pastor to come and teach. So he came, he gave us a lesson, he gave a sermon about 30 minutes long.
Full sermon. Not sermonette. He did school.
It wasn't not a 7-minute thing.
No.
It was about half an hour. He prayed, and then he said, now I bless you, you know, now we are ready to go for the wedding in front of God and the church. And then I was like, but mommy, there was maybe 150 people there at this traditional wedding ceremony. And mommy said,
you know, I'm so triggered even as I listen to this thing again. One, that whole congregation was not respected and honored as the church.
We were not the church. Because we were sitting in a garden, we were not the church. And the pastor was there. Yeah. He gave the lesson and he prayed. And he did not consider that a wedding.
Okay. So what did I tell you then? You know, one of the things that I find is that, and this is an invitation for consideration, because so many things in this conversation is in people's blind spots.
Right.
And even the pastors.
Right.
So especially clergy, I would really like for them to listen to this from a place of liberation. Huh?
Yeah, liberate yourself.
Liberate yourself.
Yeah.
One, do you think the pastor believed that Yahweh was there on that day?
Yeah.
Why do you think pastor thought Yahweh may have been there?
Because Yahweh is always there where 2 or 3 are gathered. That's what they teach.
Yes. And was the pastor, did the pastor at any time speak to Yahweh? Did he pray?
Yeah, he prayed.
He spoke to Yahweh.
He prayed.
So he believed Yahweh was there.
Yes. And then he called other like leaders in the space. Like if you're a deacon or a pastor to come and pray for the couple.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Yes.
So other
elders,
yes,
deacons, and all
clergy,
the clergy,
lay people.
Yeah.
Oh. No, it's so beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah.
So basically,
yeah.
Kitt, what happens there is we've been schooled to expect that maybe Yahweh wasn't there. And so Yahweh didn't see this wedding. So Yahweh is waiting to see the wedding. But that's outrageous.
That is outrageous.
We've institutionalized it and developed doctrine and developed structures. It's not biblical because the Bible provides 0% instructions on how to do it. And so when we do it, and we are Africans, and we are Africans doing a ceremony at an African home, we think Yahweh didn't turn up.
Even though we pray.
Well, we did pray, we spoke with him, and we just feel
you're not married.
The church wasn't here.
The church, even though the church was here.
No, the church was here, all the elders.
All the elders were here, the pastor was here.
Yeah, the church leadership was here and the church congregation was here. But we have packed it and packaged it and repackaged. Yes. And we are proceeding with the next ceremony, which I have nothing wrong with that ceremony.
There's nothing wrong with that ceremony.
We are not saying anything.
That's the only real one. That's
the wedding, and this one is not.
You don't even call it a wedding. Even when I tell people I went to a traditional wedding, they ask me, what do you mean?
Yes,
they don't
consider the white man came with the white man's traditional wedding.
Yes.
And
I'm sorry, did you catch that? I don't know if you caught that. Because it's still a tradition.
No, it's a traditional wedding. It's a very strange tradition. I can't imagine what our people thought about it when they first saw it. They may have laughed in the background.
They may have really laughed. We should even talk about it. The bridesmaids, their role, and the flower girls, and the bouquet, and the white dress, all of that, the role that those things play.
The traditional white wedding.
The traditional white wedding that we now do as the church wedding. Yeah. And we have not gotten married if we've not done that one.
You know that traditional wedding was the white man's tradition.
Yes.
They had to have that white dress and the veil.
Yes.
Because folklore says that there was so much satanic action around and demons. And so she had to cover her face.
She had to cover her face.
And so that the demons couldn't tell which one it was.
Because all the bridesmaids were dressed exactly the same as the bride.
Yes.
So you don't know which one it is. So for the demons to come and mess up the marriage or the wedding.
Yes. So
that's why the bridesmaids, that's why the bridesmaids exist.
Yes. Yeah, they all used to have their faces covered.
Yeah, and the bouquet of flowers, it's because they used to bath once or twice a year.
Yeah, they didn't have enough bath time.
Yeah,
enough bath time. It's just what it was.
It's just what it was.
Yes,
they would hold the bouquet so as to mask
the perfume.
Yeah, the smell of body odor.
Yes. Yeah. And that's all that there is to that. And so then they came with that tradition, looked at our own marriage traditions and called it heathen. This is a pagan ritual.
Yes.
And you can't do it this way.
Yeah.
And so they said you have to come and do it our way.
Yes. You have to wear a white dress.
And you have to walk in a particular way, slowly.
You can't rush. Bridesmaids.
Yes,
you can't be dancing coming in.
No, you can't be dancing and drumming.
The
drums were thrown out of the whole ceremony, and there's music to go with it. And it's the white man's music. It's not on a nyatiti.
No.
It has to be played on a piano.
Yeah, piano. Piano.
On an organ, church organ. Yeah. And here comes the bride. And you walk to the white man's music.
Yeah.
You don't walk to the drum beats of the African and the nyatiti player.
Yeah.
So the pastor has taken it on.
Yes.
So pastor doesn't know what pastor doesn't know.
Yes.
Pastor just knows that.
And they call it the Christian wedding. Christian.
Yes, but they have 0% instruction on how to do it. They only know the instruction given by the white man. And also they have a government function.
Yes.
because the government expects them to provide a notification.
Yes.
But the government, you know, recently took it away in Kenya.
So they doesn't expect.
Yeah, it used to be that the clergy, whether it's the pastor, the imam,
whoever it is,
the Hindu priest, the government, the long arm of the law wasn't everywhere. The government wasn't able to provide the marriage ceremonies and certificates, so sent it to the places of worship.
Right, okay,
because that was everywhere.
Okay.
Yes. It could easily have been sent to school, and this could easily have been the principal's function.
Ooh.
It could.
Yeah.
It's just that the government chose the church and the temple and the, you know, the
didn't even
the
choose
mosque.
the chief, because there's less chiefs
there
than
were
clergy.
less chiefs than clergy.
Okay.
So the clergy were chosen, and they had to do the certificates. And I remember one time having a conversation with someone, and I said, that certificate doesn't belong to the church, and the church doesn't hold it. And they were shocked. They said, what do you mean? I thought the certificate is given by the church and it belongs to the church. I said, no. It comes from the government to the church. The church signs it and sends it back. So it ends up going back to the government because it's a government document.
Yeah.
So there's government aspects, there's traditional aspects that are just traditional.
Yeah.
And so my sad thing and my invitation here is I watch so many weddings being completed and not being referred to as a wedding.
Yeah. And then it's not even complete because you leave the government part of it out. So you've done the entire wedding, but you're still not legally married.
You've done the entire wedding.
Remember our friend who was saying they did the entire thing. They've been living together for 10 years, and then the husband walked away.
Oh, yes.
She had the certificate.
No. They did the whole wedding, dowry, church, everybody was in the wedding, praying and whatever, the entire wedding. And they're still waiting to do the
government one.
Church wedding. Because the church wedding is when you do the government one. But in this ceremony that we have just completed, you're fully dressed with your nice clothes. Everybody is here. There was 150 of us in those tents when we went the other day. All of us were there.
Looking gorgeous.
Looking gorgeous, dressed for wedding, eating, drinking, making merry. But that was not counted as a wedding.
No.
No.
Because the white man hasn't counted it yet.
And now they are waiting for how many months in advance to do the white wedding,
and
which
then call
is
it marriage.
The government wedding.
And only then will they call it marriage.
And only then will they call it marriage. So you're living with somebody who you think you're married to, because that's our culture. We are married, but the government still does not legally recognize you. And the person can walk away one day and you have no regrets.
Actually, kids, the government does recognize it as a marriage.
Not anymore.
Oh, it was taken away?
Yes. No.
Because
yes,
the
it was
government
taken away because they needed to have given you a certificate for this thing that you have done.
For whatever you did. Because the government actually has no structures about how to do it.
No.
You come, you say, we are married or whatever.
Yeah, and they give you a certificate.
Or we are interested in getting married and they give you the certificate.
Yes.
Yes.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the situation now people find themselves in. You are waiting to have enough money to get married, which is an oxymoron in itself, because you're already married, that's one.
Yeah.
Two, the thing costs 3,000. Is it 3,000? I don't know if it's 3,000 anymore.
Whatever it costs, it's very little.
The certificate.
It's very affordable. It's very affordable.
Anybody can afford that.
Yes.
To get the certificate.
So the gist of this part of the story is you're already married.
Yeah.
Just get the government. Yeah, it's you know, Kate, without taking away any of the ceremonies. Yeah. I would just say, just do each one of them and say we have 3 weddings
We have
to
3
go.
weddings to go.
Yes, but call each one of them a wedding.
Each and every one of them is
A wedding.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's not about dresses. It's not about how the ceremony
The location.
looks.
It's not about the
location. Each one of them is a wedding.
Yeah.
If you have 150 people at the location, you've got your pastor, you already have a Christian wedding going on.
Imagine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then after that, just go to the AGs and get your certificate.
And
Then
call
you
it
do
a
the
day.
government wedding.
Yeah.
If you still want to go to a building that is a religious place and do the next ceremony at that building, it's not because it's written in your Bible.
No.
If you do have that verse, you can give it to me because that would be part of our education too.
Yeah.
It's not written. It's just gatekeepers have come up with doctrine to decide where they would rather you do the ceremony.
And
nowadays there's money to go with it.
Oh yes, you pay for it.
You pay
and
for
you
it.
know that there are some pastors in some churches who don't allow you to get married if you're not wearing a white dress.
I do know that. I do know that.
So the color of the dress.
Yes, yes. My niece turned up at her wedding in a beautiful, beautiful African ball gown. And in Mumias, the pastor took one look and said, no, you can't be coming to church to get married in this dress.
In this dress.
They ran around to look for the worst wedding dress in that place,
so that I can walk down the aisle
and to make pastor happy. So that pastor can see his muzungu dress. And because I don't know which Bible pastor reads, whether he reads it upside down, what language it's written in, whether he thinks Mary, Mother of God, wore a white dress to her wedding. I don't know what pastor thinks, but she ended up having to find a dress and she hated it. She went, walked into church, all of that 30-minute ceremony or whatever, and as soon before she walked out in the church toilets, she already had her
dress on,
beautiful dress.
Yeah. So I remember that story. Pastor actually had to take a picture with her in her beautiful dress.
Oh, he wanted to take a picture with her in
I don't know
the
what he
beautiful
wanted.
African dress.
No,
the white dress
one.
Oh yeah,
I don't know what he wanted, but the wedding was over.
It was
he had
already
done
over.
his part.
Yes, yes.
So now there was nothing he could talk about, anything.
Yeah, and he's probably accountable to other people as imprisoned as himself.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean, it's all a place of shackles.
Yes.
That we are shackled by the colonial system that invaded our church and our spiritual places. Yeah, and so even the deco in the church and the walking and everything. Yeah, there's very little Christian activity in church during a wedding. Honestly, very little Christian activity.
Yeah.
Pastor waits for people to do their thing, do their thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. We come in, me a matron. I've got little children.
Matron.
Yeah, matron. That matron who moves around.
And then
around
there's the ring
children.
boys, there's the pillow girls, there's the candle maids. Where?
Yes, enough people, and at the end of the day, it's all part of a big colonial show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And why are we telling you these things? Because the budget.
You want us to talk about the budget?
The budget, guys.
Wow.
People are always asking me, how much is a good budget for a wedding?
Are you serious? People ask you that?
3K. However much it takes to get the certificate, that's a wedding. You know, when you're standing in the AG's office, you're having a wedding. That's a wedding.
But also, the 3K is even steep because the traditional Luo wedding used to be that only the men came to the girl's home, and it would be the guy, the groom,
and his friends.
Not his friends. His a brother, an uncle. It could be 3 people, 4 people. 5 used to be huge.
That's a huge team.
That's a huge team. And you cooked chicken and placed it on the table, and some fish and a big ugali. No chapati, nothing, none of that. And the wedding was over.
Finished.
Because they brought whatever dowry they brought.
Yes.
Yeah, and that was that.
And that was that.
Yes.
Yes.
So the numbers and the tents and the food,
the flowers, the cake, the dress, the shoes, the hair.
That's not the wedding.
The makeup.
No, that's the show.
That's the show. That's the party.
The show.
That's the party we throw, and then people are like, "Wow, did you see that wedding?" But it's not the marriage.
No, that's not the marriage.
Yeah,
that's not the marriage.
No,
the marriage was with the cows.
Yeah.
The marriage was done at when the cows came and that fish and chicken was eaten at the table. That was the marriage, and it was over.
And I've even seen the Muslim one. It's literally the bride and groom, and I think there's maybe 1 or 2 other people.
Yes.
The imam.
Yes.
There's a ceremony. They pray. Done.
In fact, the bride is somewhere else and the groom is somewhere else in the.
But I've actually seen them together. I've seen them together.
Maybe that's an adjustment.
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe it's an adjustment because they tend to do it separately. Yes. And it's a marriage.
Yeah.
Whatever system.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Quran might have instruction.
Maybe, yeah.
The Bible has no instructions. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're just talking about the budget, guys. When you spend 1.5 million on a Rura show, and nowadays there's even a photo booth. There's, you know, photographers. It has really morphed.
1.5 million.
Yeah, Rura shows nowadays look like the white weddings, how they used to look like, but we still don't call it a wedding. We still don't call it a wedding. So we do the whole hullabaloo. It looks exactly the dressed chairs, the flowers, the dressed tables, the tents, even a dance floor, and then we don't call it a wedding. We wait to get married.
You know, after that, it's very fascinating. After that, you may just want to get up and go to the edges and let people
why do you need
to
get up, ma'am? The certificate can be there with you where the pastor is, because the pastor is there.
No, but the certificate nowadays don't come anymore.
So you have to go to where
you have to go to the edges. So you could have gotten it before this ceremony.
Yes.
And when the pastor starts talking nini and inviting you to go to church, you send somebody to whisper, Pastor,
actually,
imagine it won't happen. You better be praying strong. Yahweh is here. Yahweh is here. 2 or 3 have gathered. You better be speaking power into this marriage.
Yeah.
And you say that in that last ceremony that you are at, that the pastor was actually very good and spoke great power into that marriage.
Yes.
But did not say that the marriage has already started.
No. He specifically said, now we're getting ready to go and do this in front of church. Yeah, and God. He specifically said that.
He said he suspended God.
He did.
Oh, sorry. You know, you can move church to a location, but not Yahweh, eh?
Yeah.
He's omnipresent when I last checked.
Yeah, I know.
He was right there.
Yes.
And you can't call him Yahweh. This one is just a joke. Because we are Africans and it's an African ceremony.
Yeah.
But
the real one
is
now coming. Bless that one.
Bless that one.
Bless that one.
That's the one that you hold your blessings for. There. Don't start blessing us here yet. We are still at an African ceremony.
Yeah.
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 We are waiting for the white man ceremony. Then we'll give you permission.
We'll give you permission
to bless.
Yeah.
You can't fool God. No, you can't fool God. You can't. He sees the wedding and he knows it's over.
He knows it's over. It's done.
Yeah.
It's married. Yeah.
And he sees the pastor and he hears the prayers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kitt, somebody also said something interesting around money.
Yes.
And weddings. Especially when the collection is being done in church congregations. They're told now our young people are getting married.
Yes.
So and so is bringing a girl from such and such a church, and we would like for everybody to contribute. Our budget is such and such. Please contribute to this wedding, and people contribute,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
People feel the need to contribute.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just want to say here now that I never contribute to weddings, and please don't feel bad about it. Yeah. Because those are the choices I've made for myself. I don't contribute to weddings. Yeah. Yeah, I work so hard, and I'd rather use my money for something else. Yeah? When you're throwing your party, do you? And invite me. I eat a very big plate of pilau. I'll be happy to come and eat it if you cooked it. Yes, but anyway, that's an aside. It was interesting listening to this person. She was actually giving a message in a church, I believe. And she said, why do we gather to collect money for a wedding
and we're all
for landless people? Why don't we use that money when we hear when we know so and so is getting married? Why don't we say, let's collect money and buy them land? And we buy them land. So
because
that these
that
people have a
1.5
good place
million you're trying to collect can buy land.
No, even 300,000, even 150,000, even 20,000.
Yeah, but people don't collect 300,000, mommy. They collect 1.5 million.
Yeah, those are Nairobians, huh? But there are people doing all these weddings also in
doing the collection.
And doing the collection. And if the church collects 150,000,
yes,
that church would be doing much better Christian work to buy that couple land. Than
but the couple doesn't want land, they want a party.
But it's never been told to them that actually we collected 150 and we can do the marriage ceremony here without, and we can serve tea and bread.
Honestly,
buy you land.
I have sat in church, we have done the service, and then there's some people who want to get married, they have stepped to the front, they have gotten married.
I've been there. Yeah. I've been there, and not even tea and bread was served.
Nothing was served. We left the way we came.
Yes. Yeah.
They went home and did whatever celebration, if they did.
If they did at all. Yeah. But key to that whole story is a Christians, and I'm going to be triggering here on purpose.
Oh my goodness, Mom.
Yeah. Are we as a Christian body mean? Are we happier to provide money that turns into sewage overnight than go through the pain of knowing that we bought somebody land?
You know what? I don't even think it's about that. It's just it's a blind spot, as you said. We've never thought about it. We have never considered we could do such a gift. People ask for money they'd even have a committee, and each committee member must raise a certain amount of money. We don't think about the strangeness of that.
Yes.
Because it's so normal and everybody's doing it.
Yes.
So we never think about that. That's so weird.
Yes, and that we're taking so much money and using it for a party instead of actually establishing the things sources
that would actually help the marriage.
We are not
even like
providing
bridesmaids or groomsmen. Like, you're invited to be a bridesmaid and you have to put in 25,000 for dress, shoes, hair, and makeup, and jewelry, because there's a certain look the bride wants, and you have to pay for it yourself.
If we just suddenly, and here's the invitation once again, if we suddenly just changed the nature of engagement and said that what church will be doing now is not funding weddings, but funding homes,
marriages.
Yes, so that the money goes into buy them a piece of land and give them some money for starting their marriage. What if we did that and allowed the party to be a nothing party What if we did that
What if we did
instead?
that? That would be revolutionary.
What if we did that? So there's
You
the
heard it
invitation.
here first anyway.
Yes.
If you do that, you heard it here first.
Or maybe you've had it before,
Yeah.
but this is going straight to the heart of the pastors. What if you got your congregation to contribute to the livelihood of that family rather than a party for people, and which turns into sewage in 24 hours
Or
maximum? Maximum 24 hours. What if it was something that stayed there with them for the next 60 years and they're able to bequeath it to their grandchildren? What if?
Absolutely. And that's the bombshell that we will end on. Let us know what you think about this and about marriages and weddings in general. Not marriages, weddings in general.
Yeah, we were not talking about
We're not
marriage.
talking about marriage, we are talking about weddings. Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And till next time, bye.